Welcome to the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship post-game press conference featuring the University of Wyoming. Thank you for participating today. We will now begin with an opening statement from head coach Gerald Mattinson and then go to questions from the media.
Yes, I'd like to congratulate UCLA, wish them the best luck moving forward. Thought they played excellent, very good team, very well coached. Obviously, I'm very proud of our team, what we've accomplished in the last month and a half. And I'd like to congratulate, once again, just everybody who's gone through this year. Every sport, not just women's basketball, but every sport. And what they've had to do and what they've had to sacrifice, and their families, their administrations, at all levels, to be able to get this done and be able to play at the levels they play at. So happy that we're here and had the opportunity, and excited moving forward.
Now we will go to questions from the media. Please utilize the raised hand function to indicate that you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your full name and affiliation first. The first question will go to Colby. Please state your full name and affiliation.
Hey, Coach. Colby Gordon from the Austin American-Statesman here. Congrats on a great season. When you're going up against a player like Michaela Oyenwere, what's the mentality to try to just contain her, just to not from going off for 40, or just is that the kind of mentality you have to go in with?
Yeah, we tried a couple of different things with her, but you know what, she made some really good shots, and I know watching film that's her shot, that's her move. She's a really good player, and we tried to take away her her left shoulder turn. We tried to double in the second half. We tried a lot of things, and she had an answer, and they had an answer, to be quite honest with you, for everything we tried. So which for us, you just you always try to take away one thing, but she had the answer for us tonight.
The next question will go to Davis. Please state your full name and affiliation.
Gerald, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, Davis Potter with the Casper Star Tribune. You talked coming into this game of just about how you guys were going to see some things that you had never seen before against this UCLA team, but particularly their size and athleticism. I mean, it's one thing to try to prepare for that, but how different is that when you see it up close?
Well, like we just talked, there's nothing we can do to simulate that all year. We haven't seen anything like that all year, and we can't simulate that in practice. And with usually in the past, you'd have a couple of managers or gray squad guys, whatever you want to call them. But with the virus this year, we stayed completely away from that. So we don't have a chance to simulate that. And like I said, when you see that for real, and when you see Alba trying to box out, and she's doing a great job, and they're just jumping over you, or sometimes it's their physical size. You can't move them. You can't move them out. And once again, I thought we did. I thought we played hard. I thought we competed, and that's what we want to do. It's just like you said, we can't. We just can't match that.
The next question will go to Robert. Robert, please state your full name and affiliation.
Robert Munoz with Wyo Sports. Gerald, you kind of just talked about them being physical. I'd like to think you guys are normally the more physical team on the court. How did their physicality kind of impact you guys tonight?
Well, I just, once again, it just pushed us out of everything really that we wanted to do. I mean, like just said, I mean, we tried to match her physicality. I mean, I'm sure Alba's exhausted. I'm sure Diney's exhausted. All of them. They're going to have bruises on their body tomorrow. They tried to battle and compete. Whether it was on the defensive end, just trying to keep their ground, or particularly on the boards. And it's just, you just can't make up for that. That size, that length, the ability to to get out and pressure like they have. And like I said, we haven't seen that. And, maybe if we, you see it a couple times during the year, you get a little bit, you have an idea of what's going to happen. It's not going to catch you off guard in the first 4 or 5 minutes. But I thought we responded well. I thought it took us a while, but like I said, Rob, we played hard all the way through the end. We didn't give in. We didn't give up. Kept battling right to the end. So I think that's what you want from a team.
The next question will go to Mark. Please state your full name and affiliation.
Mark Rosner, Associated Press. What did they do? I know Quinn came in, she was really hot, and coming into the tournament, what did they do to contain her?
They just got out and pressured us. They switched us early. Their switching caused problems for us because once again, just their size, their length, their size got out on us. Harder to set screens. Quinn didn't get the looks that she usually had been getting, just because of what they were doing, taking a lot of that away. And, we're, like I said, we're pretty young. We're new at this, as far as at this level. And, we, sometimes we didn't screen as well as we could have or should have, but I just think that they went over screens, switched screens, got out to her, made her put the ball on the floor. And then with her size, a lot of times it's hard to get the ball up over those guys. And so, I think that they did a good job of just kind of forcing us out of what we wanted to do with their quickness and their size.
Thank you.
The next question will go to Tracy. Please state your full name and affiliation.
My name's Tracy Ringlesby with welcome to7220.com. Coach, relatively young team, but as much different as this team that you played tonight is from the teams you normally see, can they take anything out of this game into next year?
Well, I hope they do. As we always talk, I hope you take a little bit out of each game for the next game and then for the next year. I hope they take a lot out of this season into next year. One of the things I hope they take out of the whole season is you can battle through adversity of many kinds and still come out on the top end. And I think for our young kids, one of the things we can do is, if this is the level you want to play at, these are the things that you got to be able to do. And now they understand when you go in here in a few weeks and start some spring drills or do whatever, they understand what they're working for, what are we trying to get you geared for? What are you looking at to compete at this top level? Because I'm sure that, that's what we all want to do is compete at that level. So yeah, I think there's something to take away from this for them.
Thank you, sir.
The next question will go to Sean. Sean, please state your full name and affiliation.
Sean Reynolds, K2 Casper TV. Coach, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
What was the message to the team after the game? I imagine it had to have been something about keep your heads up.
Oh yeah, we won 8 of our last 11. We've had everything that can happen. Yeah, keep your heads up. I mean, it wasn't like we went out and just played bad. I mean, the number 9 team in the country had a lot to do with that. I'm proud of what these guys did. And like I said, I mean, we gave up 69 points, which is the most we've given up for a while. But my gosh, I've looked at their scores. They score in the 80s, man. They, high 70s, low 80s. What they did defensively to us, I have to take my hat off to them. They did a really, really great job. I'm proud of this group. I told you guys all along. This is like I told these guys. About a month and a half ago, we were out playing, and we came back on a weekend from playing at Nevada, and we literally shot over those 2 games, 3 for 42 from the 3-point line. And since that time, we won 8 of 11. So I'm happy with what they've done. I'm happy with what they did tonight, and I'm proud of them. And like I said, when we were done, we were going to walk out of here with our heads held high because we gave everything we had, and that's what we're going to do because that's what we did.
The last question will go to Davis.
Hey, Gerald, Davis Potter again from the Casper Star
Yeah.
Tribune. To make this kind of postseason run, as you sort of alluded to, with a team made up mostly of underclassmen, how valuable do you think this whole thing can be for this team going forward into next year?
Well, I think it can be very valuable, but once again, I think it goes back to them as individuals, you know, and we'll have meetings next week, individual meetings, and find out where each, you know, what each player's goal is individually, what we can do to help them there, and what they want to do as a team. And, you know, that's, I think we've got a really talented young group that, are going to get better with time. I mean, some of the kids that don't get a lot of minutes have really progressed through the year in practice, and I'm excited for them and excited to have them around. I think they're going to be very dynamic next year, and I think we're going to be able to score in a variety of ways that we maybe couldn't this year. So I think going forward with this group, I think I think as we like to say over here, I think the ball's in their court, and it's what they want to do as individuals, and then as they come together as a team early next year as to where they want to be and what they want to do.
Thank you, Coach Mattinson, for your time today.
Thank you, guys.
We will be joined momentarily by Alba Sanchez Ramos. Please use this time to raise or lower your hand as necessary. We are now joined by Alba and will begin the press conference. Please use the raise hand function to indicate that you would like to ask a question. When you're called on for your question, please state your full name and affiliation first. The first question will go to Sean.
Sean Reynolds, K2, Casper TV. Alba, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What did you guys feel in that first quarter?
We, as coach said, we couldn't really simulate anything that was coming at us. So we just had to take it in and just see what was coming, because we never played against nobody like these guys.
The next question will go to Robert.
Robert Munoz, Wild Sports. Alba, they were really getting in passing lanes. They were really disrupting your guys' flow, not letting you guys get into your offense. How difficult was it to get into your guys' motion offense and, I mean, just get things going?
It was honestly pretty hard. We needed a better pace. We couldn't get it. We needed to catch closer to the rim. We couldn't do that. They just threw it out us off our motion, and we couldn't really we couldn't play our offense at all.
The next question will go to Davis.
Hey, Alba, Davis Potter from the Casper Star Tribune. Not a whole lot of people expected you guys to even make it this far in the postseason, but to make this sort of run with a team mostly made up of underclassmen and players that'll be back next year, how valuable do you think this experience will be going forward?
This is huge for us. We are a very young team. Nobody, as you said, nobody expected us to get this far this year. I think if we can do this right now with this young team we have, let's see what's there for us in the future. I think it could be very bright.
The next question will go to Sean.
Alba, are you filled with more joy or sorrow at this moment?
Kind of both. I mean, you come here, you are for a week in a hotel, you just wait for this game, and obviously you want to win. I didn't come here to lose. But it is what it is, and I'm very happy and very proud of my team, because as someone else said, nobody expected us to come out here and play like this and make it to the NCAA, and so it's kind of both.
The next question will go to Davis.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to raise my hand down. I don't have a question. Sorry about that.
The next question will go to Sean.
Alba, what are you going to remember most about this year?
Um, this year we played for each other. This is the biggest thing I'm getting out of this year.
The next question will go to Robert.
Robert Munoz, Wow Sports. Alba, Coach Mattinson, he always talks about how you guys are always playing your hardest, your toughest, all game long, and that showed today again. What does that say about the culture, the University of Wyoming culture, and the cowgirl culture of basketball? You guys are always playing 100%, no matter what.
Well, I think that shows who we are, what we work for every day in practice, what we come out for. And I don't think it would be us if we just didn't do it. I wouldn't feel good with myself, and I don't think my teammates would feel good with themselves if we didn't put everything on the line every time.
The next question will go to Sean.
Alba, what was this experience like the last week? Just being at the first NCAA tournament, your first NCAA tournament.
Well, I didn't know what it felt like. It was weird because of COVID, but this is the biggest thing in basketball college. So it was so big. It was very big. I don't think this happens in a regular basis, and I'm very happy to be here.
The next question will go to Tracy.
Tracy Ringlesby from welcome to 7220.com. When you look back now to think of where you guys were a month ago, right, to where you are now, is there a lot of excitement and satisfaction that you guys came back as well as you did, even if it didn't end quite like you might want it to end?
Yeah, definitely. I think, as Coach said, we were a little stuck when we played Nevada, but then after that we came back. We just embraced the challenge, and we came out for a win. And that's what we did in the Mountain West tournament, and that's what we try to do here today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We have time for one more question. Would any media members like to take another question? The final question will go to Sean.
Alba, just what would you say the highlight of this year was for you guys?
I don't know. I think definitely beating Fresno in the championship was a big win, but I think Boise was a huge one for us, especially for like my teammates and for us, yeah.
Sean, did you have any follow-up questions for Alba?
Yeah, I was. Thank you. I was waiting to be if that was going to be the. I can't talk. Whatever. Here's the follow-up question I have for you on that. What was it about that Boise win that was so special to you?
Well, Boise has kicked us out of the tournament for so long, and I happened to play the championship in my freshman year too, and they beat us to there. And I think, I don't know, there's like this thing against Boise, we just really enjoyed that game, and I don't know, it felt like a good win.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alba, for your time.
Thank you.
That's it for this post-game news conference. A recording of this press conference will be posted in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at www.ncaa.veritone.com. Thank you for joining us.